Send my roots to work as hard as I do. Been on the money train looking for more better blues. Them school days, no class act, I was breaking all the rules. Life's a boomerang and I had nothing to lose. Another boy in the hood is how it come across. I feel like Dr. Doolittle, but the money talks. They yelling he got game, I'm not the one to ball. This just some fresh soul food for every one of y'all. Yeah.
Yo, welcome back for another episode of Cornbread Movie Review. Hey, thank y'all. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel. Comment too, man. Let's have a little conversation on my previous reviews, previous TV shows, or even this review, man. I know this is going to be a goodie today. So today we are going to do a movie review, and that movie is Bob Marley, One Love. Yes, it's out now. It's in theaters. It's PG-13. If you're new to the channel, understand I do each movie review in 5 different categories, all right? Acting, cinematography, storytelling. Did I get what I bought? Is it a must-see? Add it all up. Spits out a Cornbread movie review. And then guess what? I ain't going to leave y'all without a forgotten segment either, all right? So first category is acting. But hold on. Let's discuss something first. As a group. Hey, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Shh. As a group. Before I get into the actor, let me talk to the producers, the directors, the casting agents, and all those things, right? So you have an individual, who we'll get into, right, is British. He's portrayed a lot of African-American males, right? And I always think, why are we not casting African-American males to play these characters? Take the talent aside. I understand the talent. Let's take that aside, because we're going to get into that. Let's take that aside. My man has played Barack Obama. My man has played Malcolm X. And now he's playing Bob Marley, right? So it's like, dang, how many opportunities people are missing out just to play these iconic characters, right? So I would like to know how y'all feel about that. Yes, the end product, it might be the best out of best, right? But it's like, dang, give these people a chance. These are some of our heroes that we grew up watching, right? And we want to see that, okay, that is one of us. Not, oh, that is a person, that iconic. It's Martin Luther King, yeah. But he's getting played by somebody else that's not an African-American, right? Or a son or something like that. So I don't know. Just think about that sometimes when we're doing these biographies on our iconic black males and they're getting played by somebody else. And don't just start with males, because I mean, Harriet Tubman was played by a female who was, I think, British or something like that, right? Or does it flip? Whoever your British iconic males or females are, can Americans play those people? Can it flip? I don't know. Just a question. Food for thought, right? But let's get into who's in this. You got Kingsley Ben-Adir. He killed this role. He killed the role, bro. Hey, I get it. I get why you won. God dang it. He bodied this role. I would like for him, just don't be typecasted, right? I've seen you in a couple movies so far. You know, I think you were in Barbie. And you're in some other movies too. So good. Do some other roles. You don't always have to be a person every time, right? But he plays Bob Marley from his mannerisms, how he talks, the dialect, everything. I don't know how much method acting he did, but he gets some kudos from me. So good job with that. I would have liked, I think it's the person he's playing, I would like for him to just extend that range a little bit more, like, you know, with anger, frustration, struggle. Right, you see small pieces of that, but overall, he's playing the jovial, musical creating genius that he is. Right, so he stayed in that pocket. I would like to see how much acting he is with some serious roles. So you know, I'm looking forward to seeing him in other movies. All the other characters, other than his wife being portrayed, his wife, everybody else had quick one-liner, two-liners, and they're off screen, bro. Like, everybody else didn't get a chance to shine, even though this is a Bob Marley movie. No, it wasn't that much acting other than the main character for this. So for me, overall, acting is going to get a 4 out of 5. I think he did a great job, but just the supporting actors, didn't get opportunity. Not saying they could have balled out, but didn't get that opportunity to shine. All right, so that's for first category for me. Next category is cinematography. So this movie's about an hour and 40 minutes, and the budget kind of low, 70 million. With small budgets, it's not going to be much green screen. Creativity has to step in when you're doing cinematography, right? If it's a small budget. So the feel is from the 1970s, bro. So everything looked like it was back in the days, from the clothes, the cameras that they had, even the video cameras. Like, that's crazy. I remember those video cameras. So they put you back in that feel. So I really like that. The music, what? The music was phenomenal, of course. Like I said, this is Bob Marley, bro. You get even going to Exodus, and you get the different songs where they're in the creation on that. So top-notch music selection for this movie, even with the transitions. It looked good. There was no, I think there was a couple action scenes, right? Like when you got your drive-by, or you got, not your drive-by, you had a fight, and then you had my man getting shot up. So a couple action scenes to reel you in, but everything else is more low-key, right? Mellow. Like you start off here, action, then storytelling, all that goes along, and you'll have a couple, let's say a fight goes up and then goes back down. So very flat line. Not saying that's a bad thing, but you got to think of, train your mind and your eyes of what you're actually looking for. It ain't gonna be much action, and especially with a lower budget, they can't do green screens and explosions and all this other stuff. Even at the concerts, right? It looked good front row, but everything else probably was CGI, for that. So for me, cinematography for this category is gonna get a 4 out of 5 as well. I really liked what I was seeing. They put you back in that feel, especially reggae music. Come on, man, always makes you happy. All right. Next category, storytelling. So this movie takes place in 1976, Kingston, Jamaica, and over a period of time. It's back when it's like political war time. So you got to get back to that. Like, hey, anything, somebody could get shot off rip, right? And it's like, but they're voting, or they're doing this and trying to fight for their life, but yet he's still trying to get the voice out, or his music out to the people, right? Bring happiness to a grim, sad situation. So a situation I had with this movie is based off a true story, right? So me going into it, I don't know much about Bob Marley. That's before my time. So I'm watching, and you're getting a small window of his life. So I'm thinking of, let's say, the Jackson 5. Well, that's a TV show. You think you got Ray, right? Ray is a full, from beginning to end, top-notch true story. So you take those out of it, right? And now I'm going to put them in a different box of true stories that had small windows of time. You got, let's say, John Q. You got The Pursuit of Happiness. You got Judas and the Black Messiah, Aaron Brockovich, Wolf of Wall Street. All these are true stories in a small window of time. Top-notch, top-tier movies. It missed the mark on me, bro. Because not only do you have a small window period of time, but you're still doing flashbacks, right? So it's like, come on, it's not matching up to Bob Marley's movie. This is more of, I would have felt comfortable if they called the movie Bob Marley Exodus, or just Exodus, the Bob Marley story, right? Or something like that, where you're going to get a small window of him creating this massive classic album. But you're going into it thinking you're going to learn more about his whole life, right? They pick and chose. Certain flashbacks were good. Some of them were metaphors, so it was very confusing in watching this. And then there's no timing on this movie. One scene, he's with his wife, embracing, having an argument, and the very next scene, they act like they never seen each other before, and hugging and talking and giving history. You're like, what? Hold on, what just happened? How long did I just watch? Is it a year's passed, a couple months, a day? I don't know. So they did a poor job with the time management of this movie. Another issue I had, when you have the heavy dialect of Jamaicans, everybody can understand them. So at least put a little subtitles when they are talking, just so I can follow the story. It was very authentic in how they were saying stuff and what they were saying, but it's just, hey, I I can't fully translate everything they're saying. Just give me a little ticker at the bottom, right, so I can read what's going on. So those are a couple issues that I did have with the movie. Also, you know, they only showed damn near 1 or 2 kids, and he had 11 kids. And then don't allude to him cheating, right? But you're alluding to him cheating. Like, if you're gonna do it, let's talk about it. Let's go. I'm in the room with him. What's up? What are you doing over there, right? But it's always like you like do a little quick flashback of him with somebody and then goes to somebody else. Like, why put it in the movie then if you're not gonna talk about it? So with those things, I know I'm harsh on that, but to me, this storytelling's gonna get a 3 out of 5, man. I was disappointed. This is not expected. Like I said, what I want to see was his full life story, not picking and choosing what you're going to put in, but then only focusing on a couple, like less than 10 years of his life. So that's how I feel about that. All right. Next category, did I get what I bought? The movie is, I think it's about $12. I also went with my son too. So kid tickets were about $10. They had them in multiple theaters. It's not like you have to like go to a theater and only had it in one location. So you have a pick of your choosing for that. So this is a musical drama, and you get a lot of music. Drama, a little bit, but the music keeps you in your seat. I'm tripping I like how a lot of the stories that you saw were real stories, right? Like my man got shot, him and his wife, and 2 days later they still did the concert. That's real stuff, which is like that just shows the strength that he has. Then you also have the individual who shot him, and then they said, and Bob Marley said it, I guess in real life, that no, yeah, I know who shot me, and we had a conversation and stuff like that, right? So I like how they put that in, which goes with the storytelling. I just wanted more, man. I really wanted more. You get to know his real name. You also know that his wife was a band member, which I didn't know that. But once again, I didn't do too much research because I'm thinking like, cool, this is a great time for me to learn more about Bob Marley. And it feels like they left a lot out. I really wish this was a, let's say there was a part 2 to this, because I definitely was earning for more. So for me, did I get what I bought? It's going to get a 3.5 out of 5, man. Yeah, that's how I felt. I mean, I was excited. And I just left like it was, all right. Now, the last category, is it a must-see? Bro, first off, you got Bob Marley. All these problems that I just said, if the Jamaicans are fine with this, then I'm okay with it, all right? Hey, hold on. First off, Illinois State, I have to pull out the archives for this, man. About, 10 to 15-year-old sweatshirt, man. I have to pull it out for y'all. But it's also a lot of drug use, which I guess that is normal, especially back then. It's just, for me, I don't know if a kid watching that, they'll be like, yeah, this is okay. Even though it is illegal in some places, but it's illegal in some states as well, or countries. So just with a lot of drug use, I ain't never done a drug in my life, so it's just like, all right, we get it. We get it, but maybe that's true to the Bob Marley story. Also to their religion, things like that, right? Like your man at the end of, the metaphors with the man riding on the horse. Like, what does that really mean? I do know a little bit, but do your research on who that person is, and it's kind of like they're going home when they do pass away. So shout out to my guy AJ for giving me that jewel. This movie puts you in a good mood, right? Like just Bob Marley and his music and his message, it uplifts you. So I do appreciate that. And I wish they did more of how he created some of these songs, right? Like he was freestyling, just going off a feel and the camaraderie just in the room and creating stuff, and everybody chipped in, and let's get this thing going, because we're gonna make some of the best music possible. I wish they had more of those pockets for this movie, and it's very anticlimactic. I'm sorry. I don't tell y'all all the spoilers, right? But I'm going to give you certain things to either put you one way or the other, but always go see these movies. So very anticlimactic for me. I was wanting more, like, all right, that's it. Oh, I guess that's it. Time to go. You know what I'm saying? So for me, is it a must-see? I'm going to say a 4 out of 5. It's good to put some positivity out in the world instead of the negative, all right? So overall, Cornbread Movie Review for Bob Marley receives a 3.5 out of 5. It just missed the cut. Make sure you check out my 2024 movies. And so this is the part of the review where we're going to do the forgotten segment. It's a movie that you never heard of, forgot about, or you definitely need to double back. Y'all know me, man. I've done what over 200 and something reviews for y'all, and I didn't plan this because I got about 200 to 300 forgotten movies, right, that I can review, and it just happened to land on another great biography movie that's a top tier, right, with a smaller window, and that movie came out in 2001, and it's Ali. Yes, Ali. If you have not seen it, it's rated R. Muhammad Ali, obviously, it's portraying. Will Smith does a great job in this movie. It's a sports documentary. If you have not seen Ali, I think you're missing out on somebody's journey. The good, bad, and the ugly. You know, and hey, and he talked about his infidelities in this too, man. So check out Ali. Check out Bob Marley. One Love if you get a chance, and check out my other reviews. All right, I'll be back next week. Holla at your boy. Peace.